Okay, the best suburb to live in the Nashville area is, we're going to talk about it today on this video. So every year, niche.com counts down its top cities, suburbs to live. It counts down top schools, all of those things. So every year I take that list. So this year, 2025, we're going to take their top list of suburbs to live in the Nashville area, and we're going to count those down for you from the top 10. This is not my list. Like I said, I do this every single year, and somebody always says, why isn't this one on the list? Again, not my list. So niche.com comes up with this, and it's based on a scorecard that they give it based on a lot of different criteria. So it's based on cost of living, crime, public schools, housing. A lot of different factors go into this. So you can take a look at the scorecards. And like I said, I will link this in the description. So you can go take a look at what the different scores are and dive a little bit deeper into what some of those are. But they pull information from a lot of different resources to come up with this. And then they even have reviews on their website for you to go read reviews from people who actually live there and get their opinions. A lot of people will look up schools on here as well, and they look schools up on great schools, but niche.com tends to be a resource for people for school ratings, things like that. So this website is actually a really great resource for you if you're moving to another area or even within your own area to do research on a lot of different things. So today we're going to dive into these. If this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is Jennifer Gramling, and I'm a real estate in the Nashville area. If you have questions at all about moving here or relocating, don't hesitate to reach out. You can call, text, email, however you want to get in touch, and we can get any and all of your relocating questions answered, helping people just like you every single day relocate to the area. So again, don't hesitate to reach out. There's also a Calendly link in the description. If you want to book a time to talk directly with me, you can do that as well. Just set up a time and we can get any and all of your questions answered. Okay, so sometimes these are the same. Sometimes there's a surprise in this list. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of these top 10 suburbs to live in the Nashville area. Okay, starting off is Murphysboro. So Murphysboro is a suburb of Nashville, and it's going to be just to the southeast with a population of about 157,000 people, according to niche.com. I'm not sure this is entirely accurate though. I think the number may actually be a little bit closer to 170,000. One thing to note is that Murphysboro is a rapidly growing city. It's actually one of the fastest growing cities in the state of Tennessee, as well as in the entire United States. So this is becoming a very popular place to live. So Murphysboro is located in Rutherford County, and that's going to be about 30 to 35 miles southeast of Nashville. So that drive is actually going to take you around 35 to 40 minutes, and that's without any traffic at all. So Murphysboro does happen to sit along I-24, which does tend to be one of those highways that gets really jammed up. So if you're thinking about moving here and you'll be commuting into downtown Nashville at certain times, just keep that in mind. So maybe map it a couple of times so that you have a better idea of what those commute times normally look like on a day-to-day basis. But Murphysboro is a really welcoming city that has rural charm, modern amenities, and really any kind of lifestyle that you want. You can find tons of different types of lifestyles here, from rural farm living to downtown city living with a rooftop patio. So whatever type of life you're looking for, you can probably find it in Murphysboro. So at the heart of the city lies the historic downtown district. So there you're going to have a variety of locally owned boutiques and antique shops and restaurants. So Murphysboro does have a diverse shopping scene outside of that historic downtown, and the Avenue is a much newer, prominent open air lifestyle center. It's got over 100 stores. And of course, you'll have Target here, Sam's Club, grocery stores, plenty of medical facilities as well. And then Murphysboro is really a city in its own right. It has everything you need right here. So in addition to retail, you'll have tons of great outdoor things to explore, including greenway systems, trails, parks, picnic areas, and golf courses. So the lower cost of housing here is going to be a big draw for this city, as it comes in well under many of the other cities that we're going to be looking at today. Although of course you can spend more if you want to, but if you're looking for lower priced homes, you can find those here as well. So niche.com gave this suburb an A- rating, and it gave it A's for public schools, being good for families, jobs, and diversity. So the median home value, according to niche.com, is $365,000 here, and median rent is $1,376. The median household income here is going to be $76,000, and then top noted schools per niche are Central Magnet School, which is grades 6 through 12, which was also rated by niche.com the #1 best public middle school in Tennessee out of 580 schools. Also, it was the #2 for best public high schools in Tennessee out of 373. They also note Irma Siegel Elementary School, the Blackman Schools, and Rockville Schools as having an A rating along with others. Murphysboro is a great all-around city to consider in the Nashville area that can offer you almost any lifestyle you want, which is why it's coming in our top 10. Okay, coming in at number 9 is going to be Belme. So Belme is a suburb of Nashville with a population of 2,824,000. So we're going from one of the largest suburbs to one of the smallest. So this is going to be located in Davidson County. County, and it's just to the southwest of Nashville. So it's going to be about 5 miles to downtown Nashville, and that's going to be about 13 minutes. So it's known for its tree-lined streets, elegant estates, and historic charm. Belme offers a peaceful suburban atmosphere with quick access to the city's vibrant cultural scene. The area is home to Cheekwood Estates and Gardens, and that's a 55-acre botanical garden and art museum, which is situated on the historic Cheek Estate. Also, there's Percy Warner and Edwin Warner parks. Percy Warner is the larger of the two parks and contains an extensive network of hiking trails, as well as 10 miles of equestrian paths. Belme has top-rated schools, beautiful parks, and a strong sense of community, and it's an ideal spot for those looking for luxury living, privacy, and a refined style while still staying close to the energy of Nashville. Niche.com gave the suburb an A- rating with A's in good for families, jobs, crime and safety, health and fitness, and commute. So a lot of A's here. And then median home value here, according to niche.com, is $2 million, and median rent is $3,500. And median household income is $250,000 here. So this is going to be at the top end of the budget. So top noted schools per niche are Hume-Fogg Academy, and that was given the #1 high school in Tennessee rating out of 373 high schools for all of Tennessee. Julia Green Elementary and Lockland Elementary Schools and Valor Flagship were all mentioned with A ratings as well. And then again, Belme is obviously going to be on the high end of the budget, but it is a great place to live with beautiful tree-lined streets, large lots, meticulous homes, and lots of outdoor activities, all while being super close to downtown Nashville and everything that has to offer. So it's a really great place to explore. All right, coming in at number 8 is going to be Hendersonville. So Hendersonville is a suburb of Nashville on the northwest side of Nashville. It's got a population of 62,000 people, and this is going to be located in Sumner County. So it's going to be approximately 20 miles to get into Nashville, which is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes, obviously without traffic. And Hendersonville is known as the city by the lake. So it's a vibrant, welcoming community, and it's just 20 minutes northeast of downtown Nashville. It's got scenic beauty, strong sense of community, and abundant recreational opportunities as well. Hendersonville is situated on the shores of Old Hickory Lake and has 26 miles of shoreline just there within Hendersonville on the lake. So it's perfect for boating, fishing, kayaking, paddleboarding. So if you want to live directly lakefront, this is going to be one of the only 2 cities that we talk about today that you can do that, which is a huge draw for living here in Tennessee. So if you want to live lakefront, this could be the place for you. Now, of course, there are other places in Middle Tennessee where you can live lakefront, but there are only 2 that made this list. So the city has numerous parks and green spaces like Sanders Ferry Park, Drakes Creek Park, and Rockland Recreation Area, and that gives you ample opportunities for hiking, biking, and picnicking. The city also has a deep-rooted connection to the music industry. It's been home to legendary artists like Johnny Cash, June Carter Cash, Roy Orbison, and Taylor Swift. And Hendersonville offers a variety of shopping and dining experiences with popular spots like Streets of Indian Lake, which will also provide you with retail stores, restaurants, and a movie theater. So a lot to offer here in Hendersonville. And then Hendersonville, it just combines the charm of a small town with the amenities of a larger city, which make it really, really appealing. So niche.com gave this suburb an A- rating, with A's in public schools, being good for families, and for jobs. Median home value, according to niche.com, is $396,000 in Hendersonville, and median rent is $1,552. Median household income is $91,000. And then top noted schools per niche, there are many actually here that get an A, but a couple are Station Camp and Merrill Hyde Magnet for both elementary, middle, and high school. So Hendersonville appeals to families, professionals, retirees. It's got a strong sense of community. It's got affordable housing options and an abundance of outdoor activities that make it a really welcoming place to call home. Okay, coming in at number 7 is Oakill. So Oakill is a suburb of Nashville, and this is going to be another small suburb with a population of just 4,690 people. So it's going to be located in Davidson County, and it's going to be just 6 miles to Nashville, and it's going to be located just a little bit southwest of Nashville. So this is going to be about a 12-minute drive. It's really close to get into downtown Nashville. So Oakill is a serene, prestigious residential enclave. It's known for its lush landscapes, spacious estates, and its commitment to preserving natural beauty. Oakill offers residents a tranquil lifestyle with the convenience of being in really close proximity to Nashville. The area is exclusively zoned for single-family homes, ensuring a low-density, peaceful environment. And then a highlight of the community is Radnor Lake State Park, which is right there. It's a 1,200-acre natural area, which is perfect for hiking, wildlife observation, and enjoying the outdoors. And then additionally, Oakill is home to the Tennessee governor's residence, adding to its distinguished character. So once again, living here, you're going to be close to downtown Nashville. You will also be close to Green Hills Shopping Area, which is going to be one of the more upscale shopping areas in Nashville. So this is also where Trader Joe's is located, along with Whole Foods and many other restaurants, and the world famous Bluebird Cafe we can't forget. So no shortage of nightlife nearby, but then you've got that quiet living back at home. You've got top-rated public and private schools nearby and easy access to Nashville's amenities. Oakill, it's an ideal choice for those seeking a blend of elegance, nature, and convenience. So this is going to be another one of our more expensive suburbs though, but again, being in that close proximity to downtown Nashville and being able to enjoy all that Nashville has to offer, but also having the peaceful atmosphere in Oakill is what makes these prices what they are. So Niche.com gave the suburb an A rating with A's in good for families, jobs, outdoor activities, and health and fitness. So median home value according to Niche.com is $1,085,000, and then median rent is $2,170, and then median household income is $202,000. Top noted schools per niche are Hume Fogg again, Percy Priest Elementary, and Valor. Oakill is truly a beautiful place to live, and again, so close to downtown Nashville. That is one of the things that makes this so great. But you have access to so many of the things that you had in that Belme area, which includes multiple golf courses nearby, access to some of the Percy Warner Parks, Cheekwood Gardens as well. So just a lot to offer in this area with being really close in. Okay, so coming in at number 6 is going to be Forest Hills. So Forest Hills is a suburb of Nashville with a population of 4,802. So very similar to and very close to Oakill, which is also in Davidson County. So this is going to be located 10 miles to Nashville, which is going to be around 15 minutes. Forest Hills is an exclusive residential community renowned for its rolling wooded hills and expansive estates. The area offers a quiet countryside ambiance while maintaining close proximity to the city's amenities. Forest Hills borders Oakill and has many of the same benefits as living there. So again, you're going to be close to Green Hills shopping area with the restaurants, Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, and so close enough to the nightlife, but again, enjoying the quiet countryside at home and still be close to a lot of those outdoor activities as well, like the Warner Parks, Radnor Park, and the golf courses. So Niche.com gave this suburb an A rating with A's in health and fitness, outdoor activities, jobs, and good for families. The median home value according to Niche.com is $1,142,200, and median rent is $3,500. Median household income is $250,000, and then top noted schools per niche are Juliet Green Elementary, Meigs Middle, and Hume Fogg. Living in Forest Hills can provide a slower pace, stronger sense of community, and beautiful green spaces without giving up that city convenience, just being so close. That's so nice. Okay, coming in at number 5, Thompson Station. So Thompson Station is a suburb of Nashville with a population of 7,855. It's going to be located in Williamson County. This is going to be located 30 miles south of Nashville, which is going to be around 35 minutes. So Thompson Station is a rapidly growing suburb in Williamson County. It's just south of Franklin. So people love this area because it's very close to Franklin and it's easy to get into downtown Nashville. So this is not a huge suburb, as you can tell from the population, and you really only get a handful of neighborhoods in here, but it's growing and most of the neighborhoods are going to be on the newer side and they're going to be super nice. So you can find a great range of price points in here though, and you can find planned developments with lots of amenities, or you can find very rural living on 40 plus acres if that's what you're looking for. So this is going to be such a picturesque, beautiful place to live. So you're not going to find a ton of retail in Thompson Station, much like the 2 suburbs before this one, but it's really easy access to get into downtown Spring Hill, which borders Thompson Station to the south. But they are, however, putting in a premium outlet mall right at I-65 and 840 interchange, which is going to be a huge mixed-use center. That's going to bring a lot of retail to the area. So I think that'll be really nice for people in Thompson Station and that Spring Hill area, and even South Franklin. So a lot of people love Thompson Station because of the small town feel that it still has. It's still pretty rural, but it's being close enough to the other towns that have lots of commercial, retail, and restaurants and all of that, and then being able to go home to your quiet neighborhood. So Niche.com gave the suburb an A rating with A's in public schools, health and fitness, jobs, and good for families. Median home value according to Niche.com is $598,000, and then median rent is $2,124. Median household income is $122,000, and then top noted schools per niche are Thompson Station Elementary, Thompson Station Middle, and Independence and Summit High Schools. So Thompson Station is a great choice to live in Williamson County with some phenomenal neighborhoods to choose from at a lot of different price points, can cater to a lot of different people. Okay, Mount Juliet is a suburb of Nashville with a population of 40,000, and this is going to be located in Wilson County. And then some of this actually is in Davidson County as well, so you do want to pay attention to that. If counties are important to you, that will depend on your school zoning, on your taxes, things like that. So if those things are important to you, you're going to want to pay attention to what county you're located in if you're looking to buy in Mount Juliet. So it's going to be located about 15 to 20 miles east of Nashville, which is going to be around 20 to 30 minutes. And also the airport is kind of right in between Nashville and Mount Juliet, which is really nice. Mount Juliet is affectionately known as the city between the lakes, being located right between Percy Priest Lake and Old Hickory Lake. So again, if you're looking for lakefront living like Hendersonville, you can do that here in Mount Juliet on Old Hickory Lake. You can't live directly lakefront on Percy Priest, but you can still definitely enjoy it for water sports, but you can only live lakefront on Old Hickory. So again, these lakes offer all the opportunities for boating, fishing, kayaking or canoeing, and camping along the lake is also fun. So Charlie Daniels Park serves as a central hub for community gatherings, featuring playgrounds, walking trails, and hosting various events throughout the year. And Providence Marketplace, that's going to be where your shopping center is. It's going to have a wide variety of retail and dining and things like that. Mount Juliet is also located in close proximity to the Nashville airport, which is a big draw for some also if they want to be close to the airport and commute. With its combination of amazing outdoor activities, affordable lifestyle, and close proximity to the airport and downtown, these are all things that make this a great place to live. So Niche.com gave the suburb an A rating with A's in public schools, good for families, and jobs. Median home value, according to Niche.com, is $423,000, and median rent is $1,875. Median household income is $107,000. And then top noted schools per niche are Mount Juliet Elementary, Mount Juliet Middle, and Mount Juliet High School. So Mount Juliet is really popular for people relocating here, and even with people moving within the Nashville area for the proximity to the lakes and outdoor activities, access to the airport, and then just ease of commute to downtown. This is a really sought after place to live. Okay, moving on to number 3. And coming in at number 3 is going to be Franklin. So Franklin is a suburb of Nashville with a population of 85,000 and has previously been number 1 on this list, and it seems to be moving down a little bit, although for all the people calling me to relocate, it's often one of the top ones that people do request. Franklin is located in Williamson County, and it's going to be about 15 to 20 miles to the south of Nashville, which is going to be about 20 to 25 minute drive. So Franklin, like I said, is one of the most popular places that people ask about when they're moving to the area. So there are a lot of reasons why Franklin was the number 1 suburb here for a while, and that is because, like so many others, it just offers so many different lifestyles. But one really cool thing about Franklin is the historic downtown, which is full of life. So it looks like you're living in a Hallmark movie with tons of restaurants, boutiques, live music, and it's kind of the perfect blend of having nightlife, but it's much, much quieter than if you were living in downtown Nashville. So the historic charm is definitely a draw. But there's also a lot more rural areas and lots of larger estates and equestrian properties and really fun places to explore, like Leaper's Fork out on the west side of Franklin, which offers cool art galleries, more live music, and then a quiet historic setting. So people tend to think that Franklin is price prohibitive, like Leaper's Fork out on the west side of Franklin. However, since there are many neighborhoods and the population here is quite a bit higher than some of the other areas, you can find homes in lower price points than you might in some of the other smaller towns in Franklin, which makes it actually a little bit more affordable than some of the newer suburbs with the larger houses. Now, don't get me wrong, Franklin is one of the most expensive suburbs in the state, but it can be accessible at a lower price point as well, which is what I think sometimes people don't realize. I think everyone thinks it's just all huge estates at really high price points, and while those are here in Franklin, and there's a lot of those, there's also accessible properties at lower price points as well. So Niche.com gave the suburb an A+ rating with A's in public schools, good for families, jobs, outdoor activities, nightlife, diversity, and health and fitness. That's a lot of A's. So median home value, according to Niche.com, is $646,000, and median rent is $1,861. And then median household income is $115,000. And then top noted schools per niche are Clovercroft Elementary, Page Middle, and Page High. So I really love Franklin so much. I love the charm of it. I love the countryside. There are loads of parks and outdoor videos to take advantage of, which I didn't quite cover before, but I do have lots of videos on this and on Franklin in general. So if you want more information on it, be sure to watch those as well. I have lots of information out there, but this is definitely one of my favorite suburbs in the Nashville area. Okay, coming in at number 2 is Brentwood. So Brentwood is a suburb of Nashville. It's got a population of about 45,000 people, and this is going to be located in Williamson County. So actually some of it can be in Davidson County. So this is going to be another one of those suburbs where you're going to want to pay attention. So part of it can go into Davidson if schools are important to you or taxes, things like that. Those are all determined by your county. So if you're looking in Brentwood and you want to be in one or the other, just make sure you pay attention to that. So Brentwood is going to be about 10 miles to downtown Nashville, and it's going to be just south, and then it's going to be just north of Franklin, and it's going to be about a 15 to 20 minute drive to get into downtown Nashville. So Brentwood, it's a premier suburban community. It's known for its spacious homes, top rated schools, expansive parks, and trail systems. And I always like to mention this because some people love to go for long distance runs, long distance bikes, just walking and biking with your kids, and they want those bike paths and interconnecting in and throughout the city. And I feel like Brentwood has really done this better than I feel like any other suburbs with their biking and running trails. So the city's phenomenal park system includes 164-acre Crockett Park, which features athletic fields, walking trails, and the Eddie Arnold Amphitheater for community events and concerts. And then Smith Park by Ravenwood Mansion has miles of hiking trails up in and throughout the hills that are beautiful and challenging and really easy to access without having to drive super far. And then Brentwood does tend to be one of the more expensive suburbs. They do offer exclusive luxury neighborhoods as well as planned developments, and you've got multifamily, which offers a lot of options for a lot of different types of lifestyles. And even though it does tend to be more upscale and more expensive, you can find different types of housing in different price points. So Brentwood has easy access to Franklin and offers plenty of commercial and retail and dining of its own in locations like Cool Springs and other areas throughout Brentwood. And it's actually close to Nolanville too, and downtown Nashville. You've got tons of eating, commercial, access to everything in Brentwood, which is one of the reasons that it's so popular. It's so central to everything. People really do love Brentwood. So niche.com gave the suburb an A+ rating with A's in public schools, good for families, jobs, outdoor activities, and health and fitness. So median home value, according to niche.com, is $926,000 and median rent is $2,500. And then median household income is $184,000, with top noted schools per niche are Crockett Elementary and Jordan Elementary, Woodland Middle and Brentwood Middle, and Ravenwood and Brentwood High Schools. So Brentwood has long been a premier place to live in the Nashville area. It's in close proximity to downtown Nashville for an easy commute. It's also got beautiful neighborhoods and easy access to Franklin, so this is a favorite amongst many. Okay, so on to number one. So this not only got number one in the best Nashville suburbs, but it also got number one in the following categories: best suburbs to live in Tennessee, and best places to raise a family in Tennessee, and then places with the best public schools in Tennessee. So this not only got the number one suburb in Nashville, it got the number one suburb in all of Tennessee. Okay, so coming in at number one in all of those categories is Nolanville. So Nolanville is a suburb with a population of 14,000. It's a much smaller community, and this is going to be located in Williamson County. So sometimes, like some of those other suburbs, it can touch Rutherford and Davidson County. So if counties are important to you, make sure to pay attention to that. But most of it is in Williamson County, but there are a couple of parts that touch Davidson and Rutherford. So you just want to pay attention if you want specific schools and you want to know about taxes. Those are the things that are mostly affected by that county. So just pay attention. So Nolanville is going to be located about 21 miles south of Nashville, and that's going to be around 30 minutes with no traffic, of course. So you will see on the map that you are located right in between I-24 and I-65. So I would definitely take I-65 to go north to Nashville. As I told you before, when we talked about Murphysboro, I-24 can get pretty jammed up sometimes. So 65 is the best way to go to avoid that traffic during peak hours. Although during peak hours, I mean, you can still hit traffic and it could take a lot longer than that. So Nolanville has always been a much smaller town, but it is in fact growing pretty quickly now. So the great thing about Nolanville is that you have quick, easy access to Franklin and Brentwood. And then if you wanted to head east, you could easily get into Smyrna for shopping as well. So Nolanville does not have any big box stores at the moment. However, they are adding a Publix and a Kroger right to the center of town. So there's currently a cute historic downtown area where there are several local shops and restaurants, coffee shops. There's a brewery, a wine bar, an organic grocery, and a juice bar. Not many national chains in downtown Nolanville, so you will have Sonic, which is where your teenagers are probably going to hang out if you live here. And then there's currently grocery stores in Brentwood, which are going to be just north, which is about 7 minutes to get from downtown Nolanville to those grocery stores. But like I said, they will be adding grocery stores to the town, and Publix is already under construction, which will make grabbing your groceries way easier. But then they're also adding another retail area as well, which is a big project too, which will add a lot more commercial options as well. So there are tons of great neighborhoods to choose from here in Nolanville. You've got planned developments and a lot of rural property as well. If you're looking to buy acreage and be out in the quiet of the countryside, you can do that too. So Nolanville has kind of been a great secret, but seems like the secret is getting out, just continues to get more popular since apparently it's number one on a lot of lists this year. So niche.com gave the suburb an A+ rating with A's in public schools, housing, good for families, jobs, and health and fitness. And then median home value, according to niche.com, is $695,000 and median rent is $2,557. And then median household income is $170,000. And then top noted schools per niche are Mill Creek Elementary and Sunset Elementary, Mill Creek and Sunset Middle Schools, and Nolanville High School. So there are many, many reasons why Nolanville is coming in at number one. I do have other videos on Nolanville, and I do think I'll do another updated full vlog tour for 2025, especially since it's number one on the list this year and definitely needs to be updated with how much is going on in Nolanville, how much building has happened. So be on the lookout for that. But yes, Nolanville is a great place to live, whether you're relocating or already live somewhere in the Nashville area. It's definitely worth visiting and deciding if it's for you. If you have visited and found your favorite suburb, definitely drop it in the comments and tell us why. Again, I have lots of videos on all of these different places, so be sure to check those out and subscribe to my channel if this is helpful, and please go hit the like button. That definitely helps the algorithm for me as well. So on this channel, we do neighborhood tours and city tours like this. So if there's anything that you want to see or you want me to cover, either drop it in the comments or you can message me and we will try to get those made for you as well. We have a lot of other great content coming out soon, so be sure to stay tuned to the channel. So thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next video.